The views and opinions expressed do not necessarily represent those of Access Fort Wayne, the Allen County Public Library, or any other supporting group. Get involved with Access Fort Wayne and make your own television programming. Call 421-1250 to find out more.
Oh, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me. Oh, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, hiding behind a tree. These little children are asking you to please come out so we can play with you. Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me. Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me. Oh, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, hiding behind a tree. These little children are asking you to please come out so we can play with you. Oh, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on, please shine down on, please shine down on me.
We are going to talk to Donnie Foster today. He had lived his entire life face down. His abusive childhood taught him to keep his head down to avoid the wrath of his violent stepfather. He found solace in prescription drugs that he stole from his mother, and the very same alcohol that made his stepfather belligerent. As Donnie got older, he turned to more powerful drugs, heroin, cocaine, and meth. He was soon wrapped in the dangerous world of vicious drug lords, acting as their minion. There wasn't anything he wouldn't do for them for his next hit. It was not long before Donnie found himself at Corcoran State Penitentiary, lying face down on the asphalt, re-examining his life. But God spoke to him then, and after years of running from the law and God, Donnie turned his life around to become a totally new creation through Christ. Realizing that truly all things are possible with God, Donnie gave his life to Christ's mission and now has a passion for those who are living like he once did. Donnie's story has been written and published in a book titled Face Down, The Donnie Foster Story. Donnie, what was it that got you started on the right path? Why did you decide to change?
Well, if I can back up a little bit to the how the story unfolded, so to speak. I was in an abusive family where a violent stepfather, and every time he would come in, he was drinking, and when he was drinking, then he'd become abusive and literally terrorized my life as a young person. And from the time I was 3 years old, I can remember the first abuse where I was slammed against a headboard, and then when I was about 5 years old, I'd walked into the kitchen, and he was in a position with our next door neighbor that I don't need to expose, but when I seen it, he grabbed a hot pot of coffee and poured it on me, literally threw it on me and tossed it on me and burned me from the top of my head to the top of my feet. And I just never understood where my mom was. I never understood why all these things were happening to me. But what I did notice is that, you know, I became scared and angry. And as a young child, you don't have any direction. Then you go to lashing out instead of finding ways to be loved and hugged. And so he had beat on me for the last time one time, and I had decided in my little mind that I was going to burn the house down and kill him. And I burned the house down, but it did not kill him. And what it did was got me put into a psychiatric hospital. And in that psychiatric hospital, it was in the age where they still did shock treatment. And so I was given shock therapy 3 or 4 times a week. But what always got me is that on the weekends they would allow us to go on these little trips and go to the park and play like normal kids. And I had this little buddy named Jerome, and Jerome would always say, well, that's my grandma's house, that's my grandma's house. So Jerome got released, and I escaped the psychiatric hospital and went to Jerome's house to escape the hurt and the pain that I was going through. And when I walked into Jerome's house, it was the very first time in my life that I had ever heard about a God. And there was pictures hanging on the wall of this guy hanging on this cross. Like, I was like, who's that? And Jerome said, you don't know Jesus? And that was the first time I'd ever heard the name Jesus in my life. But 3 to 5 minutes later, there was another knock at the door, and the police were there and took me back to the psychiatric hospital. So I ended up hating that guy hanging on that cross for a lot of years, you know, because I felt anybody that would turn me back into that type of situation couldn't be anybody that could love you. Fast forward till I was 13 years old, and I'd had enough, and I ran away. And in Southern California, at 13 years old, living on the streets, you had to learn to survive, and learning to survive meant eating out of dumpsters, getting sexually abused, mentally abused, physically abused. And for the age from 13 to 16, I lived on the streets. And I became befriended by this young lady, and her love for me came in a way that she believed in me, and she tried to give me a hand up, and she told me, you don't have to eat out of dumpsters anymore, I'll bring you food. And she actually invited me to a movie one day, and as she was coming across the street to the movie thing, she got hit by a car and killed right in front of me. And so I really hated the world after that. I was like, okay, nothing's working well here. So I'd seen one of these flyers. The Vietnam War had just ended, and there was kind of a lull in the wars, but I heard that you could learn to shoot and hand-to-hand combat and kill people and not go to prison. So I joined the military. Well, there was a lull in the war, so I learned how to shoot, and I learned how to hurt people with my hands. No war, so it just intensified, and I just became more and more aggressive in life. Got out, and I had this passion to want to belong. You know, I had this longing, where am I going to fit in? Well, I ended up fitting in. I was what they call a hang-around for a motorcycle gang. Then I became a prospect, then I became a full-fledged member. And being that I had so much anger in me when I would drink, I was just a violent person. And so I became their enforcer, and I would collect their dope money, and I would run money and dope from Alaska to California. And that kind of a lifestyle, there's just killing, stealing, robbing, perverting, and destroying in your life. And it was doing life in prison on the installment plan. I ended up doing it 12 and a half years in San Quentin, Folsom, Corcoran, Pelican Bay. And in those times, I was also, you know, just really didn't understand what life had to offer. At 38 years old, I was facing 104 years to life. And I had just came off of a dope spree, so to speak, and I had burglarized this last lady's house, and I had stole everything from her motor home, her jewelry, everything I did. And when they caught me, finally, they had me as a habitual offender, a 3-strike loser, and I was going to prison for the rest of my lives. But God entered my life, and in a way that only God can enter your life. At 38 years old, I was standing there getting ready to get sentenced, and they have this one statement they ask. It's a victim impact statement, and I heard this lady's voice behind me, and I love Jean Dockery to this day. She said, Your Honor, I have something to say, and the judge said yes, and she said that Jesus had met her in a vision the night before, and in that vision, he had told her to drop all charges against me, that I would turn my life around and serve Jesus with my whole heart from there on out. For the very first time in my life, I cried. I just lost it. I tell people, you know, snot was blowing, my eyes were, I just couldn't breathe, because God had actually entered my life at that time and was cleansing me and turning me into a different person. And The judge took a recess, came back and wiped 100 years off my sentence, and he gave me 4 years. And those 4 years I went and I did 2 years of it as a Bible study. I learned about God. I learned what I could do for God. I learned that there was a guy named Moses that killed this Egyptian dude that was picking on his buddy, and God still used him. So I knew that there was still hope in my life. But I knew I had to relocate. So I relocated. I got out of Folsom State Penitentiary on an Amtrak train and came to Fort Wayne, Indiana, because this is where my mom's from. And when I got here, I came off with the mentality of searching something different. But I tell people kind of like this: if we don't give everything to God, when we come out and we still have our hurts, habits, and hang-ups, Satan will continue to try to destroy your life. And he did. And so for the next 5 to 7 years, my life was what my mentor says is an emotional oscillation. I had good points and bad points. But what I was learning is that I had a choice. I could either freely choose to turn myself around completely and give it to God, or I could continue to go down this path. So there was 3 things I'd asked God when I was doing those 2 years. I said, I want one wife. And I'd been married couple different times, and at some of those points I was married to 2 women at one time. I think that's illegal, but that's okay. God cleared that up. I asked him for one wife that I could trust with my whole heart. I said I wanted a little girl that I could name in memory of the one that was taken from me, and I wanted to serve Jesus with my whole heart. I've been blessed to be married to my best friend for the last 15 years, Kelly. She's amazing. Our little girl's named Shauna, same as my friend when we were 16. She's 13 now. She's great. She's ornery though. She's 13. And I've served Jesus with my whole heart. But again, it took like 7 years after I got out of prison to really get a firm foundation. I have an amazing mentor named Wyatt Molinex, and he won't mind me throwing his name under the bus, but without his love and his direction and his always giving me a hand up, I would not be where I am today. On Saturday, on the 20th, I'll have had 13 years of being clean and sober. 21 years out of the penitentiary system. Now I'm a chaplain. I've turned my life over to God. I became ordained so I can marry, bury, and baptize. We do a homeless ministry here in Fort Wayne that is entitled The Misfits. It stands for Moving in Spiritual Fellowship, including those suffering. We've been doing that for 13 years. Every Sunday night we take them a meal of some sort and a cold bottle of water, and we listen, love, love. You know, I heard that from another prison ministries, Kairos Prison Ministries, so I stole it from them. But they just want to know that they're loved, and who better to meet with them than someone that's been there with them, you know? And now it's crazy. I am a platform guest for Bill Glass Prison Ministries. It's an amazing ministry that many years back, 30 years back, actually, I was in Corcoran State Penitentiary, and being a biker, I heard all these motorcycles come on the yard, and I thought the boys were coming in to get me out. Well, it was these preacher dudes, and it was this, you know, motorcycle club that was talking about Jesus, and now you fast forward 30 years later, and I'm one of those Jesus guys riding on the same yards. And so with God, all things are possible. I have a choice today to wake up. I say, get up, dress up, and show up, and ask God, what does he want today? Actually, in 2 weeks, on the 26th, 27th, I'm being flown back to California to some of the prisons that I was in as a special guest to be able to encourage the guys on the yard. I'm blessed. You know, I'm a director now for the Indiana Dream Center in Huntington. It's a faith-based transitional housing for men coming out of hurts, habits, and hang-ups. I mentor at the Hope Court, Drug Court, Reentry Court. They even gave me a pass so I can go into jail, come out, and not post bail. I think that one's pretty cool. You know, and just, you know, loving on our youth here in Fort Wayne. The Landing has an amazing program on Wednesday nights with Associated Churches. Tom and Carol Heil are amazing leaders in that.
That's Come to Go Church, isn't
It's
it?
at Come to Go Church, and I'm blessed to be a part of that, a volunteer there, and with some amazing team members. So God took me out of my misery and turned it into a ministry. He took my test and turned it into a testimony, and so today I'm blessed to say, I know if God calls us home today, where I'll end up, and it'll be in heaven.
It was very hard, and it took a lot of courage for that one woman to speak up to the judge, because you wouldn't think that it would help at all just to say that, you know, to a judge, but it did. It turned your life around.
That lady, Jean Dockery, and part of the story, it's in my book, but she had a jewelry box. And one of the things that she asked me after everything transpired, she said, "Do you remember the little baggie that had, that was in my jewelry box?" And I said, "No, ma'am, I don't remember." And she said, "Oh," and I said, and she said, "That little baggie that had hair in it?" And I said, "No, ma'am." And she said, "That was a lock of hair off of her dead child's head." And she still had came in there and said what God said. I know that the way God...
I'm sure God told her to say it, and she just did
the
it.
judge that day had to be a praying judge. I've actually been back to Oregon to the same people and have, you know, asked for forgiveness and stuff, but I know the judge had to be a believer that what she was saying was true.
Yeah.
So I got blessed.
Yeah. So happy that you were able to, you know, keep on keeping on and growing, and now you're really working to help others.
And I would like
God.
to also, you know, say that I had left my son, my biological son, when he was about 7 or 8 years old. And a year ago, October, he reached out to us on Facebook and brought him out here from Oregon. And I've been blessed to have a relationship with my adult son, who's 39. I now have an adult daughter that is 32. I have 2 beautiful stepchildren, Tara and Cameron, 24, 22, and our baby that's 13. But God restored our whole family unity this year on March 9th. I got to actually have all my kids
Oh, it's so amazing.
in my living room. So they call me the crybaby preacher, but it's okay. You know,
it's just
like
that it means
it's God.
so much.
It's just
it
so
means
God.
so much to you.
You know, what the enemy tried to destroy, God, you know, brought to victory. And
Yeah.
so if there's
Yes.
anybody that doesn't believe that God's real, have a cup of coffee with me and let me explain to you how real he is.
All things are possible. Yes.
Amen. Amen.
And I heard something that you be coming to West Main soon. West Main Church of the Nazarene.
Yes, I love them. Sandra and her boy are amazing people, and we have created an opportunity for them to serve with us downtown. And excuse me, they asked me to speak at the ACS event last year, a month or so ago. And LeVon's amazing, man. He's
is.
a great example of a godly man, and that's who we hang out with, is those type of people. You know?
How do you get in touch with people that really need your ministry? How do they get in touch with you?
We now have a P.O. box here in town. The address is P.O. Box 10029, Fort Wayne, Indiana, and I believe it's 46802. They can literally call me. I love people who ring my phone, and I'll talk to them, and that's area code 260-415-6317.
415-6317.
Yes, ma'am. They can go on our Misfits Ministry .org webpage and contact us through that as well. So
Misfits
yep,
Ministry.org.
Yep.
That would be easy to remember.
Yeah. Everybody's a misfit.
Misfits Ministry.
But God uses the misfits.
.org.
Yes.
I think Mr. Son has something to say.
It's amazing.
Donnie, your story really, really touched me, and I encourage anyone out there who really wants Donnie's help, please call him. He would love to talk to you, right, Donnie?
Yes, Mr. Son.
Yeah.
Yes, amen. I would love to minister to anybody and give them a hand up, not a handout.
Yes, that's wonderful. Hope a lot of people will call and benefit from your
Absolutely.
experience.
Yeah. And if not, I got a lot of team members that they'll hook up with somebody that will make a difference. So, yes.
And we,
Hey, Donnie.
Yes, sir.
When someone is going through a change, does the environment make a big difference, like the group of people you're with and things like this?
Absolutely, absolutely, 100%. You have to change people, places, and things in order for you to be able to change who you are to and for people, places, and things. Huntington's amazing. I know it's our sister county, so to speak, but we have a really good faith-based program over there. On Monday nights, there's a faith-based mentoring that's right here in town. They're more than welcome. It's at the Tabernacle Baptist at 6:30. So.
Misfitsministry.org. And the phone number?
Area code 260-415-6317.
6317.
I think we have to wrap it up.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me.
And stay tuned for more on Wesley's Teeny.
To Access 2 on October 30th and 31st for 5th Day Special. Rest in peace.
That's great.
Welcome to Wacky Wild Wrestling on Wesley's TV. Here I am, your host of this segment, Jeff Landis. You might know me from Dos Landis every Thursday at 11 o'clock on Comcast 57, Files 27, online and whatever. So tonight we got Ronnie. We know Ronnie. Say hi, Ronnie. And we got Zombie Cop, who seems
Zombie Cop.
Huh?
Zombie Crossing. I feel right at home.
Yeah, Zombie Crossing. So today we have Dolph Ziggler versus Rusev.
Tell them about you're in the first ring.
Oh, yeah. If we can get the camera on me real quick. My anniversary is today, so today is my 24 years anniversary of being on TV. So, yeah. We'll talk more about that later on. But right now, let's get down to the match. Dolph Ziggler versus Rusev. And the special guest referee is, what's that referee's name? Tomcat. So, if you can, not roll the footage. Ding, ding, ding.
And it's down. He's down. He's down on the mat. And he's doing he's down on the mat again. Oh, this place is making me so hungry.
We hear it, yes. He is getting very, very hungry.
A real blood sport. I love it.
He feels right at home. He's going for a kick.
Going, kicking off, down on the mat again.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and he jumps off and he's down. Oh, it's so exciting.
You don't need me for commentary. You got your commentary right there. Who's going to win this?
Reminds me of old Romania.
Very true.
Down again. Down on the mat. Go down for the count. Down again.
If you don't know.
There's the ref. Remember, one is a winner and one is dinner. For the count. Up, down. Oh, flying kick. Oh.
Seems like the Zombie's done more commentary than I have for the past couple.
He's on his back, and what is it?
Did he kick out? Did he go for a pin? What's he gonna go for? Who do you think is gonna win, Zombie?
My friend the Count would love this. He'd go 1 down, 2 down, 3 down. Ha 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 ha.
But he's counting on the winner, huh?
Yeah, the Count said, going down, and it's a flip. This looks awfully one-sided, doesn't it?
Yeah. We got 30 seconds left up in this contest.
I'd say
seconds.
one's ahead on points at this point.
Yeah, but they don't do points in wrestling.
What do you think, little witch?
She's in Wrestling of Oz, not Wizard of Oz. Wrestling of Oz for sure. Oh, the ref got up. Got 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8,
Ugh.
7,
This
6,
taking a
5, 4, 3. Oh, looks like Russo is getting ate up.
beating.
Have you ever ate a Russian before? Wait, no, that's not. Sorry.
I am on a diet, so I just eat small people.
Russo was 1, and I apparently am blind because I didn't see Russo 1. Yeah, getting older and I'm going blind.
Oh, it quenches my thirst.
This next match scheduled for one fall. Here is No Name versus. There's this referee. Who's it, what's he doing? Is he getting set
He's
up?
got a guitar in it.
Oh, Elias. Apparently, I need glasses, Wesley.
He's doing some kind of Pete Townsend
Next time you have me on the
impersonation.
show, make sure I have
Wesley
glasses.
Crossed his instruments. Okay.
Hey, Ronnie, can I borrow your glasses for a moment? I'm kidding. Elias is about to sing. Ready? Are you ready? Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, headlock. Oh, and a flip on the mat again.
It's called a suplex.
Oh yeah, the expert here.
Me never. I don't know anything about wrestling. Kidding.
I'm only an expert on monsters.
Yes. You never
Down,
monsters ball.
down. Okay, the ref's there. 1, 2, 2.
1, 2, 2.
1, 2. He doesn't go down for the count.
Nope, because he knows he's about to get ate by the count.
Yes, they have a lot to fight for.
Yes. Too bad they're not, too bad they're not doing
down.
Too bad they're not doing a first blood match.
He looks pretty stiff there, I'd say. And this is coming from a zombie.
Yes, indeed it is.
Oh, down on the mat. And he's on. Yeah, he's on those wires that go around the thing.
It's called ropes.
The ropes, yeah, the wires, the rubber bands, whatever. Oh, yes, he hit him with his guitar.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
This smashing music.
See what's he going for next? I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, makes me thirsty.
So who won?
They're still working out.
Oh, we got 10 seconds
Working
left.
out.
10, 9, 8.
Oh, guitar on top.
The zombie just got knocked out too by the guitar. And your winner, Elias.
The winner is Elias. Oh, the Count really enjoys his. He likes people with good taste.
So zombie. Oh my God. What am I doing here? What am I doing? Whew. So zombie.
Oh, yes, very tasty.
Trouble of access, right? I mean, I've been in trouble before. I've been suspended before. But really, who leaves a casket around? You know, nobody's here. Nobody's not in here. So you know what? I'll be a rule breaker. I'm gonna sleep. I'm gonna lay down in this thing. Nothing's in here at all. Warning, do not come in here. Oh, Wesley, I want to raise. That feels good. Hello, everybody. I'm Mr. Pumpkinhead. Yeah, I am now a human being. Last time I was just a figment of imagination. Sorry, I'm so hyped. It's Halloween, my favorite time of the year. But I'm now a human being. It all happened. I was planted in Wesley's mind. So I'm Wesley's firstborn kid. But apparently I'm at a Halloween show. I'm at a graveyard site. Nerves. Sorry. I'm kind of scared. I never would expect. Is anybody in here? Anybody in here? Apparently my guest did not show up today. So I have no idea what I'm going to do. Do I have... Uh-oh. I think some pumpkin seeds just went out of my... Oh my God. Here I am with... Who again?
Good evening. I am Mr. Graves.
I'm scared. What I heard you do like a show. What's your show about?
I am a host of horror, and we play classic horror and ghost stories here on Access TV in Fort Wayne, Friday nights at 10 p.m. Come by if you enjoy being scared.
Well, I'm scared now. Wesley, you better have insurance, because I'm very, very scared. This is a scary interview for me, so if I'm kind of scared, I'm not used to this. How'd you come about with your show?
Horror hosting is a long-time tradition in television, and Fort Wayne has gone too long without a host of their own. So they dug me up and gave me the job. It was something I'd die for.
Speaking of death, but I understand that your anniversary is coming up, and you're being resurrected. When is your anniversary? I'm scared to ask.
This Halloween, October 31st, 10 p.m., we will have our 7th anniversary of the Haunted Hotel. 7 years of bringing terror to Fort Wayne. If you dare tune in.
Do you have any reservations at the hotel? What do I got to do for that?
We have plenty of reservations. You simply need to drop by.
I think I'm dropping scared. Who are your inspirations on how the show came about and just your daily routine as Mr. Graves?
First of all, my friend and mentor, Penny Dreadful. And then there are local hosts from years gone by. Asmodeus, the vampire on Psycho Cinema, and the Shroud on Nightmare Theater, as well as Sammy Terry in Indianapolis, and Clara Cackle from Fort Wayne, and Kara, 3, 2, 1, and Clara Cackle from South Bend.
That's scary, because he has all these ideas in mind. Now, from what I just heard from a spirit in this graveyard and in this hotel, from up above, you have a radio show.
This is true. We also terrify the airwaves Fridays at the witching hour on WELT 95.7 FM with Tales of the Macabre.
Not only is he doing the airwaves, but he's also doing the radio. Is there any way that anybody can get a hold of you? They want to have you on their show, guest, special appearance?
Simply email me at hauntedhotel@comcast.net or check out our Facebook page at haunted.hotel.56.
Before we go and leave your hotel, because I'm afraid that I'm going to be left here permanently, anything you will say to your fans out there?
Thanks for watching. Tune in and rest in peace.
3.
Well, with that we have.
Mr. Graves.
And can you tell us how you got started with what you've been doing?
We started our program the Haunted Hotel. 7 years ago, Halloween night on 2012. We've continued scaring Fort Wayne for the past 7 years and plan to keep going as long as anybody is living in the area.
And can you tell us where we can test you at?
You can get a hold of me through email at hauntedhotel@comcast.net or use our Facebook page, haunted.hotel.56.
And when is your show on?
The Haunted Hotel shows Friday night at 10 p.m. on Access 2 here in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
And do you have a radio show also?
We also terrify the airwaves at midnight on Fridays, and you can tune in to WELT 95.7 on your terror dial and listen in to some of our tales of the macabre.
And let's say we are watching your show. What are we expecting on your show?
Classic horror, such as Frankenstein, Dracula, and the Mummy, along with science fiction, such as Them, War of the Worlds, and The Time Machine.
Awesome, thanks.
Thank you, Wesley.
Stay tuned for more.
Rest in peace.
Oh dear, will I ever get done? It seems as if I've cut out 1,000,000 of these crazy cats. I always get the last minute jobs to do. I don't see any sense in Halloween anyway. Oh, you're not doing the pumpkin.
You isn't ready?
Where's the pumpkin?
You aren't finished yet, Millie?
Not quite. Here's an extra pair of scissors. Would you help me?
I'll tell you, we need to get these things up after we get to the store.
I know. I hate to rush. I'm disgusted with this Halloween entertainment. We're too big to believe in superstitions.
Well, why do you vote for the Halloween party if you didn't want it?
Oh, I don't know. Just to be doing something, I guess. You voted for it too.
I sure did. I like Halloween. I'm trying to believe in it.
Don't be so stupid.
I am not stupid. And why you think I am? You, Tim, has finished the blood test by yourself.
Oh, come on, Wesley. I didn't mean you were that kind of stupid. Let's forget it.
I don't care what you think, but I don't want any blood test crossing my path. And I shouldn't think of looking at a new moon or my shoulder.
For goodness sakes, why not?
Because it brings you bad what?
Well, if that's the way you feel, we better get started for the school before it gets pitch dark, or you'll be too scared to go.
I am not afraid. I really am not. One of my brother claims he saw a ghost one time.
Next thing, you'll be telling me somebody you knew saw a witch. I wonder where we ever got the idea for Halloween anyway.
Oh.
Oh, don't be frightened. I was just passing by and hear you talking. I am tired. May I sit down?
Yes, certainly. Do sit down.
Oh. Oh. Sitting down. Ah, thank you. So you were wondering who ever put up Halloween, eh?
Well, yes, we were.
That isn't so strange. Lots of people wonder that, and mysteriously few know.
Do you know? Do you?
No, I can't rightly say that I do, but I know why we have it.
I suppose everyone knows why we have it. All Saints' Day or something like that. Some people think that the ghosts walk at tonight.
Well,
Oh. Old superstitions. You don't believe in them, do you?
Certainly not.
Perhaps you are right. But do you know that centuries ago, people in the old world thought that their loved ones who were dead returned to them on the first day in November?
No, I didn't know that. I think it's silly.
Silly. They didn't think so. In fact, they believed it so strongly that they prepared a speech for the night before. They called it the Feast of the Dead. Oh, holy evening.
Holy Evening. Why is that must be where we got the word Halloween from, Holy Even? Oh, I like that.
Yes, this is the reason we called it Halloween.
It's just a myth, but it is interesting.
What else do you know about Halloween?
Haven't you heard that in Ireland they make a special dish for a holy evening? Yes, they put 3 things in it: potatoes, fish, and parsnips. Before it is cooked, a ring is hidden in the dish, and whoever finds the right one is certainly have very, very good luck.
That is a strange custom. What else do they do?
Well, of course you won't believe it, but they do tell that the old Dutch housewives were extremely afraid of witches.
What on earth is that?
Sit down, my dear. It's just my friend, the owl. He can't hurt you.
Oh, of course, I knew at the time what it was.
Oh, yes, Millie. Didn't you know it? She says now, don't on about the old housewives.
As I was saying, they're so afraid of the witches that they finally discovered how to find out who was and who wasn't a witch.
Did they really?
Yes, they would put a live chicken in a pot and pour boiling water over it. Whoever passed their door while the chicken was squawking was sure to be a witch.
Ooh. Oh boy, I bet people stayed away from a person like that, didn't they?
I thought you were so superstitious, Millie.
I'm not, but this is thrilling.
Listen.
I don't hear a thing.
Neither do I.
Listen. I hear something. I know what it is. It's the people hiding in the cornfields, waiting to hear what the ghosts have to say.
I'm getting scared. I still don't hear anything. Why would people hear a ghost talk, even if they could?
The ghost always tells you what will happen to you in the year to come.
Sit down. Oh. No. Millie.
I move towards you. Up at the noise. Oh, what are you yelling for?
Ah!
Oh, but That scared me. You're nothing but a fraidy cat.
There's one more thing. The walnut tree is the meeting place for the witches, and any girl who is not afraid to walk around the walnut tree is sure to see the man she is going to marry.
Oh.
Oh, don't. This is so much fun.
Oh, yes. Please stay a while longer. I'm just beginning to be interested.
Why must you go?
Oh, I am late now, and I must go before the moon rises.
Oh.
You don't want to know who I am. Oh.
That's David. Do you want to know?
Oh.
Why must you know? We ever told us who you were.
You want to know who I am? Well, I am the witch that you might meet down the walnut tree. Do you want to know where I'm going? I'm going to climb up my broomstick and ride to the feast of the dead.
Let's get out of here.
Let's get out.
That's it. That's it.
Oh man, will I ever get through? Seems like I've cut out a million of these crazy cats. I always get the last minute jobs to do. I don't even see the point of Halloween anyways. What's the sense of it? Oh, I'm on the porch. Come over here, James.
You ain't finished yet, Chef?
Not quite. Here's an extra pair of scissors somewhere. Oh, you got them. There you go. Boom.
Okay, we so hurry, because we gotta put these things up at the store.
I know. I hate to rush. I'm just disgusted with all this Halloween entertainment. You know, we're too big to believe in superstition.
Well, why did you vote for the Halloween party anyway?
I don't know, just to be doing something, I guess. You voted for it too.
Chip, I do. I really like Halloween. I'm trying to believe in it.
Don't be so stupid.
I am not stupid. And you think I am, you can just finish the test by yourself.
Hey, oh, come on, James. I didn't mean that you were that kind of stupid. Let's forget about it.
I don't care what you think. I don't want any black test tossing my pep. Because I think I'm looking at a new moon or my solar.
For goodness sakes, why not?
Because it did you bad luck.
Well, if that's the way you feel, we better get started for the school before it gets pitch black dark, or you'll be too scared to go.
I am not afraid. Really, I am not. My brother declared she's seen a ghost one time.
Next thing you know, you'll be telling people you knew someone who saw a witch. I mean, way to come up with the concept of Halloween anyway.
Oh.
Maybe I could tell you about Halloween.
Who are you, and where did you come from?
Don't be frightened. I was just passing by and heard you talking. May I sit down?
Certainly. Please sit.
Ah, thank you. So you were wondering, who ever thought of Halloween, eh?
Yes, we are.
That isn't so strange. Lots of people wonder, and a few know.
Do you know?
I can't rightly say that I do, but I know why we have it.
I suppose everyone knows why we have it. All Saints Day or something like that. Some people even think that ghosts walk tonight.
Old superstitions. You don't believe in them, do you?
Certainly not.
Perhaps you're right. But did you know that centuries ago, people in the old world thought that their loved ones who were dead returned to them on the first day of November?
No, I didn't know that. That's silly.
Silly? They didn't think so. In fact, they believed so strongly that they prepared a feast for them the night before. They called it the Feast of the Dead on Holy Evening.
Hi, even. Why did they must be where they thought were Halloween from? Hi, even. Oh, I like that.
Yes, that is the reason we call it Halloween.
It's just a myth, but it's interesting.
What else do you know about Halloween?
Haven't you ever heard in Ireland they make a special dish for Holy Evening? Yes, they put 3 things in potatoes, fish, and parsnip. Before it is cooked, a ring is hidden in the dish, and whoever finds the ring is sure to have very, very good luck.
That's a strange custom. What else do they do?
Well, of course you won't believe it, but they do tell that the old Dutch housewives were extremely afraid of witches.
What on earth is that?
Oh, sit down, my dear. Don't be frightened. It's just my friend, the owl. He can't hurt you.
Of course. I knew what that was the whole time.
Oh, yes, Jeff know that it was he said. Now, go on about the old Dutch housewives.
As I was saying, they were afraid the witches, and they finally discovered how to find out who was and who wasn't a witch.
Did they really?
They put a live chicken in a pot and poured hot boiling water, and whoever passed at the door while the chicken was squawking was said to surely be a witch.
Oh boy. I bet they kept away from people like that.
I thought you were superstitious, Jeff.
I'm not, but this is thrilling.
Listen.
I don't hear a thing.
Either I do I.
I hear something. I know just what it is. It's people hiding in the cornfield, waiting to hear what the ghosts have to say.
Oh, I still don't hear anything. Why would people want to hear a ghost, even if they could?
The ghost always tells you what will happen the year to come.
Oh. Ah! Sit down, James. Why are you yelling? I just knocked the box down.
That scared me.
You're nothing but a scaredy cat.
There is one more thing. The walnut tree is the meeting place for the witches, and any young man who's not afraid to walk around the walnut tree at midnight is sure to find out of the woman he is to marry.
Oh, don't though. This is so much fun.
Yeah, please stay a while longer. I'm just starting to get interested.
I'm late now, and I must go before the moon rises.
Why must you go? You haven't even told us who you are.
No, you haven't. Where are you going?
You want to know who I am? Well, I'm the witch that you might run into down by the walnut tree. Do you want to know where I'm going? I'm going to climb up on my broomstick and ride to the feast of the dead.
Well, it's October, and that means flu season is quickly coming up. With flu season coming up, it's time for us to get our flu shots. Our producer, Wesley, is going to be getting his flu shot for the first time this year. Hey, physicians, Assistant Mary and Nurse Wesley, I see Mr. Pumpkin is already here for his appointment.
Is he going to get a flu shot?
I think Mr. Pumpkin is here to get his flu shot.
Hi, Mr. Pumpkin.
Hi, guys.
What are you seeing us today for?
I'm not feeling too good. This shot. Flu shot.
I will give you the flu shot since you are here. I will send Petition Assistant Mary in to see if he can get the flu shot. If he does, I will come in and give it to you.
Okay.
Many people choose not to have the influenza vaccine because of myths they believe about the disease of the vaccine. Hi, Mr. Pumpkin.
Hi.
I see you are here to get your yearly flu shot. I will share with you some myths and truths about the flu shot before Nurse Wesley gives you the flu shot.
The myth is influenza is a minor illness.
The truth is influenza and its complications cause from 3,000 to 49,000 deaths each year from 1976 to 2006 in the United States.
And the myth is the vaccine causes the flu.
The truth, you can't get the flu by having a flu shot. The flu shot is made of killed virus and therefore cannot cause the flu. And the weakened viruses in the flu nasal spray vaccine can cause symptoms similar to a cold, but they can't cause the flu.
The myth is the vaccine causes unpleasant side effects.
The truth is the vaccine causes no side effects in most people. Earlier vaccines from the 1940s to 1960s did have more unpleasant side effects, but this is rare now, and an intradermal flu shot is available. A smaller needle is used, and the vaccine is injected into the skin instead of the muscle to reduce discomfort at the time of the shot. I got a shot the other day, and it didn't hurt at all. It must have just been in the skin, not in the muscle.
The myth is vaccine is ineffective because some people had a flu shot illness after getting the flu shot vaccine.
I will go get Nurse Wesley to come and get your flu shot. I will give you a vaccine information statement that talks about the flu shot to take with you after your visit with your visit summary. Which flu shot are you going to get?
Seasonal flu shot.
That's okay, I need it seasonal.
Quadrivalent influenza vaccine?
Intermental influenza.
Intradermal influenza vaccination. Fluzone High-Dose seasonal influenza vaccine.
Cell-based flu vaccine.
Flu vaccination by jet injector? No. That would be bad.
An adjuvant vaccine.
Live attenuated influenza vaccine?
Or flu-bont seasonal, which is a flu.
What is flu block? Flu block.
Flu-bont is a flu vaccine that's been FDA approved for adults 18 and older that is different from all others. It has a sort of self-life than most shots. But flu-bont does not use the flu virus or chicken eggs in its process.
Yeah, sometimes people are allergic to the chicken eggs, and if you don't want the flu virus, that would be a good one. Although getting the vaccine prevents most people from becoming ill with the flu, some people still become infected. This may occur because a person is exposed to the virus before getting a vaccination or before it has taken effect, or because the vaccine does not match the circulating virus closely enough. A mild virus similar to a cold also can be caused by the live weakened virus in the influenza nasal spray vaccine, but any illness is usually milder than it would be without having the vaccine. Do you think Mr. Pumpkin should get that today? He seems sick. Maybe he shouldn't.
Stay tuned for more.
Yes, I don't think he should.
I'm trying to think.
Oh.
You were doing this earlier when you were on the show, so do you establish it, or are you just faking it?
Just trying to scare you.
Yeah.
He's faking it because he doesn't
Okay,
want a
are you
shot.
allergic to eggs?
No, I'm allergic to success.
Okay. You think I should give it
Think
to
he's
him?
going to get it? Okay, he's just faking probably.
Yeah, I'm faking. Is this gonna hurt?
No, it doesn't hurt. It's just a little, can hardly feel it.
Thank you.
just in the outside skin.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
Stay tuned for more.
We're here talking to Count Druncula today.
Ha 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 ha. Interview with a vampire. Ha 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 ha. Well, I have some jokes to tell. Why don't vampires have friends?
Why?
Because we're a real pain in the neck. Ha 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 ha. Now, your name is Mary, and you know I love Bloody Mary.
Oh.
Bloody Mary is the girl for me. Bloody Mary is the girl for me. You know that song. Can vampires be actors?
No.
Yes, but we just get bit parts.
Bit parts.
Why is it easy to cheat a vampire?
Why?
Because we're really suckers.
Oh.
Why don't vampires worry about being sick?
Why?
Because it isn't the cough that carries you off. It's the coffin they carry you off in.
Oh. Nice twist on
What did the
words.
vampire say to its victim?
What?
It's been nice gnawing you.
Ooh. I wouldn't want to hear that.
What do you call a vampire duck?
What?
Duckula, or Count Duckula, or Quackula.
Oh.
Oh, these jokes bite. Huh?
Okay.
Okay. What boats do vampires own?
What boats do vampires own?
Blood vessels.
Oh.
Why are vampires good kissers?
I didn't know.
Because we love to neck. You want to neck sometime?
No.
What position in baseball does a vampire play?
What?
The vampire.
Oh, the umpire.
Why do vampires like baseball?
Why?
Because every night they turn into a bat.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Why are vampires like false teeth?
Wow.
Because we come out at night.
At night.
What do vampires use mouthwash?
Why?
Why? Because we have bat breath. What's vampire's favorite beer?
I don't know.
Blood Light. Give me a light.
Oh.
Also, we like Bloodweiser. Where does vampire relax?
Where or what?
Where do we relax?
Where?
In the bathroom.
Bat?
Why did the vampire use cold medicine?
Why?
To use for his coffin.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Other beer, Pabst Blood Ribbon beer and Killer beer. What's vampire's favorite drink?
Bloody Mary.
Bloody Mary is the drink for me.
That's
How do
tomato juice,
vampires fall in love?
How?
When it's love at first bite. What does a vampire do when someone invites them out for dinner? He fangs them.
He thanks them?
Fangs them. What's a vampire's favorite candy?
What's that?
Suckers. We're suckers. What vampire makes you smarter?
What?
Bloodweiser.
Oh, bud.
For all you do, this blood's for you.
Oh, this bud's for you.
Halloween is our favorite holiday, of course. What's our second favorite holiday?
I don't know.
Thanksgiving.
Oh.
How does a vampire like to wash up?
How?
In a bloodbath.
Oh.
Or the bathtub.
Ooh.
What do vampires do when they're not working?
What?
We have coffin breaks. What do you call a vampire? A cantarugula. Thanks for the memories. Thanks for you. What kind of people do vampires like?
What kind?
Type O positive people.
Uh-oh.
Where does a vampire put his money?
Where?
In the blood bag. How does a vampire pick up women?
How?
I offer to take them out for a bite.
Oh.
What's a vampire's favorite fruit?
What?
Nectarine. Why aren't vampires good at art?
Art?
Yes.
Why?
Well, the only thing we can draw is blood.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, time to eat. Got to take care of the bloodhound. Go over to the Vampire State Building. Well, happy Halloween, everybody.
millions of people around the world celebrate or are really looking forward to OctoberFest. The festival celebrates German culture.
People from many different ethnic groups enjoy German music, food, and dancing during OctoberFest.
OctoberFest is usually celebrated in September or October. The celebration is filling in weight.
Oktoberfest began a long time ago in a city called Munich, and Munich is located in the southern part of Germany.
The prince wanted the residents of Munich to be at his wedding. He invited all the people of Bavaria to attend his wedding. Prince Ludwig's wedding was a grand occasion. More than 10,000 people came to the celebration.
They have fun and food as soon turn into a celebration lasting 16 days.
Today, hundreds of Oktoberfest celebrations are held across the United States.
Crowds of people gather to celebrate German culture. Special parades often open the event. The parades, marching bands, and people dressed in traditional German clothing. A big party often follows the parade. The party features live music, dancing, and German foods. There are also plenty of activities for children, and people of all ages take part in events such as barrel races and yodeling contests.
Cincinnati, Ohio hosts the largest Oktoberfest in the country. It is called Oktoberfest Cincinnati. Every September, more than 5,000 people attend the two-day event.
Can you yodel?
I don't know.
About 2,000 people attend the Oktoberfest in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
They celebrate German traditions by eating delicious German foods and dancing the polka.
That sounds like fun. German Oompa music can be heard at every Oktoberfest celebration. Traditional Oompa music is lively and energetic. It contains repetitive beats and rhythms. Marching bands and other musical groups perform this catchy music on stages across the country. Oompa musicians play accordions, clarinets, and brass instruments such as tubas and trombone. It must go oompa, 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 pa.
Stay tuned for more.
Tune in and join me, your horror host, Mr. Graves, on October 30th and 31st for the Halloween 5th Day special. Rest in peace.
Hey, Mr. Pumpkin, it's time for birthday shout-out.
We're having birthdays. Yes, we're joined by a special guest named Witch, Mr. Witch. A male witch? When did that happen?
It's a warlock.
Oh, warlock. Uh-oh. So what's up? Today we're celebrating birthdays. We have a huge birthday celebration today.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Mr.
I'm so excited. I'm sorry. I'm so excited about today's birthday show. I can't believe it. Janet Jackson Shannon, October 1st.
October 1st, Alyssa Ivinson.
October 2nd is Terry Hushberger.
October 2nd, Caleb Staker.
October 8th, Christopher Nash.
October 14th is Stacy Shutt.
October 14th, Sarah Smith.
October 15th, Michael Cole.
And October 15th is Donahue Brown.
October 16th, 16th, Tyrone Gray.
October 17th, Jenny Barnett.
October 18th is Danjo Coleman.
Oh, sorry. I'm so excited about today. October 18th is Richard Byrd.
October 19th, Alex Folber.
October 21st is Jerry Armstrong. He'll be doing some magic here later on.
All right. And October 23rd is Wesley Poland.
Speaking of that, let's sing happy birthday to him. Ready? Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
We're wondering where you've been at. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Do you feel older?
Happy birthday.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
You have the senior citizen discount now, don't you?
Nope, not yet.
Not yet. Well, happy birthday. I was wondering where he went. I haven't
Happy
seen him all
birthday.
today. Happy birthday
Yeah.
to
Must-
you. Come on, leave guy.
Must
Happy
be all the pumpkin
birthday
seeds in your eyes.
Come on, leave guy. Happy birthday to
dear
you.
Wesley.
Happy birthday,
to
Wesley.
you.
Leave guy, where you at? You're fired, leave guy. Happy birthday, Wesley. Happy birthday, Wesley.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday,
dear Wesley. Happy
birthday
birthday to you.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's the leaf.
Leave it to you to have a good show, huh?
Make like a tree and leaf.
Happy birthday.
Okay.
Happy birthday. He's so excited it's his birthday. Yay.
Yeah.
I would be too. October 23rd, Shirley Tinsel.
October 25th, Joseph Reed.
October 27th is Jane Herber.
October 28th, Marquise Relford.
October 30th, Ryan Hastings.
And
October 21st.
October 31st is Mr. Graves.
Happy birthday, Mr. Graves. He's also celebrated his anniversary show for a show that day, too.
Wow.
Happy birthday, Ryan Pollard. Oh, sorry.
October 31st, Hannah Mary. Yeah. Oh. How can we be added to the birthday shout-outs list?
Well, if you want to hit us up on adibuswayne@gmail.com or message us on our Facebook channel.
Yeah, you can message us on our Facebook at Wesley TV, and we will add you to our birthday shout-out list.
Because you're that special to us. Happy birthday to everyone.
you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday,
everybody.
Happy birthday.
Yay! Birthday party at your house coming soon.
All right. Foscolandorus and Taya, Foscolandorus and Hiataya, Foscolandorus and Taya, come on, Hiataya. Foscolandorus and Taya, Foscolandorus and Hiataya, Foscolandorus and Taya, come on, Hiataya. Shindish mission to Scarlet, Shindish mission to Hiataya, Shindish mission to Scarlet, come on, Hiataya, Shindish mission to Scarlet, Shindish mission to Hiataya, Shindish mission to Scarlet, come on, Hiataya. Bonyon and Doran Taya, Bonyon and Doran Hiataya, Bonyon and Doran Taya, come on, Hiataya. Bonyon and Doran Taya, Bonyon and Doran Hiataya, Bonyon and Doran Taya, come on, Hiataya. Shindish mission does cut me, the Shindish mission to Hiataya, Shindish mission does cut me, come on, Hiataya, Shindish mission does cut me, the Shindish mission to Hiataya, Shindish mission does cut me, come on, Hiataya. Foscolandorus and Taya, Foscolandorus and Hiataya, Foscolandorus and Taya, come on, Hiataya. Foscolandorus and Taya, Foscolandorus and Hiataya, Foscolandorus and Taya, come on, Hiataya. Shindish mission does cut me, Shindish mission to Hiataya, Shindish mission does cut me, come on, Hiataya. Shindish mission does cut me, Shindish mission to Hiataya, Shindish mission does cut me, come on, Hiataya.
Hello, I'm David Sowards, and we're here at the Johnny Appleseed grave. Yep, we're going this way. Yep, there's the grave of Johnny Appleseed. Yep, we're going this way.
Looks like you're clogging down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go down there.
I hope they don't go to my toilet. It gets clogged all the time.
Oh, that's clogged. That's clogged. Jerry Street Magic here. We're at Johnny Appleseed Festival. Wow, it's really big this year. Okay, we've got a lot to see, and I'm going to do a little magic here sometime. But we have right here, this is sassafras tea and lemonade. Would you tell us about your sassafras tea? First, what's your name?
My name's Bev Hollinger, and we're with the Settler Group.
Okay.
And we, our mission is to preserve the skills of the settlers. Noreen could probably tell you a lot more. You were talking about sassafras tea?
Well, sassafras tea used to be made
She looks like you're in that one.
from the roots and the bark of the sassafras tea, which grows very well in
Can you
Portland.
record that?
Yeah, I am recording.
Here's one of the roots.
So here's a piece
Oh,
of the root.
That's a sassafras root.
Right, and they would boil it and make the tea out of it, and that was your spring tonic in the spring. It's good for whatever ails you, I guess. It brings back a lot of memories, and it tastes like non-carbonated root beer.
Oh, wow.
So root beer is the old sarsaparilla, and that would have been the non-carbonation of root beer. So that's from the sassafras.
You hear sarsaparilla, but you don't really kind of know what it is.
Have you ever tasted it?
Sarsaparilla?
Yeah. Or the sassafras tea?
I could use a little taste. I can let them try it if you want.
Yeah. You want hot or cold? It's not real hot.
Just a little.
Nope, we're good.
You want to taste it?
Here, I'm going to taste it and tell you what it tastes like. She's right. It tastes like one of those little root beer things that you put in your mouth.
Root beer barrel.
Yeah, like a root beer barrel, except liquid. You want to taste it? You like root beer barrels, don't you? No, I don't. And with Dave, would you, our cameraman, you want to give it a taste? And you don't see it. Oh, I get it all for myself.
You're still alive, so it must be good.
Well, it's good. It's good. In fact, put spring in your step.
And then we've got our lemonade cask back here. Have you got any steak and lemonade?
What would you like?
We'll show you how we fill our.
Oh, look, here's how they fill it. See that? He's filling that big canister up there. Does the wooden keg add to the flavor a little bit?
No, there's a 25-gallon plastic garbage can inside. It's beer tap.
It's not like whiskey or rum or something like that.
We're not aging the lemonade.
Okay. Very good.
That's good. Well, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's really delicious.
Thank you.
All you come out here. Time you see this, though, it might be over, but next year be sure to come to this booth.
That reminds me of this joke. What's the worst selling item at a liquor store?
What?
Kegs of non-alcoholic beer.
That would be it. Yep.
Not a big seller.
Okay, good. This is the place to come. Thank you.
Stay tuned for more on Wesley's Tale.
Hitchhiker.
We're heading back to the tar now. So
because nobody.
This has been our Johnny Appleseed Travis. We will see you again.
You can't
Hi, my name's Dan McCready, and I represent Parkview Physicians Group and Ronald McDonald Global Charities. Here we're on the Ronald McDonald Caremobile, and the Ronald McDonald Caremobile was an idea about 3 years ago that Ronald McDonald Charities and Parkview Physicians Group came together and decided to make a mobile Ronald McDonald Caremobile. And so we just started rolling this out in June. We've had our first visits over the last couple of weeks in July, and we're already seeing children here at the Ronald McDonald Caremobile. It's basically it's a pediatrics clinic on wheels, and instead of being in a building, we can take it out to the facilities where maybe the children are underserved, or maybe mom and dad don't have insurance to help pay for it. We'll see anybody, no matter whether they have insurance or not. So, and that's the great thing about the Ronald McDonald Caremobile, is we can take it to Ligonier, we can take it to Decatur, we can take it to downtown Fort Wayne, we can take it wherever we want to, wherever there's a need for child care that's being underserved. We basically have, if you want to follow me, we have our registration area here. This is our waiting area where the kids would wait to be seen by our nurse practitioner or physician assistant. They would register over here on the computer. And if they already have a doctor in the Parkview Health System, we'll be able to find that out on the computer system. So once we register the child, we bring them in here, which is our basic pediatric clinic room, just like you would find in any normal pediatric clinic that's under brick and mortar. So except for this is on wheels, obviously. So we have 2 identical rooms just like this to care for the kids. We can do everything from a well child check to hearing and vision testing. We can also do labs, and we can also do immunizations and inoculations here for the kids. We don't like to use the S word because kids are scared when they hear shots, or the N word, needles, so we say immunizations or inoculations. So it's just kind of a fun thing with us. Also, we have, if you look up, this is the same dome light that you'll find in any Ronald McDonald house across the country. The Ronald McDonald Caremobile is so special because we get to go out and see the kids where they're at, because they maybe can't get to a pediatrics office or to a hospital or a clinic because of insurance issues, but we want them to feel very comfortable. So it's a very warm and inviting space. The nurse practitioner and the physician's assistant and the nurses and the medical assistants are great. We have a driver and a registration person as well, and they're just all super awesome and qualified, and they just have a great time helping the kids out. So to request the Ronald McDonald Caremobile to come to your area, you can simply go to parkview.com/Caremobile, and you can fill out an online form there and click submit. And then once I receive that form, I reach out to the community entity that's requested it, and we schedule a time and a date to come out and see the kiddos. So it's basically that easy. If you want to schedule an appointment for your child on the Ronald McDonald Caremobile, again, simply go to parkview.com/Caremobile, and then click on the event that's near you listed on the calendar. And then you can schedule an event online, or you can call 1-877-PPG today to schedule an appointment as well, instead of going online if you don't have that accessibility. So that's basically the Ronald McDonald Caremobile in a nutshell, and we're really looking forward to rolling this out to many communities in Northeast Indiana. It is the only one of its kind in Indiana, and one of only 50 in the entire country. So it's pretty amazing that we have that here for our children in Northeast Indiana, and we're super pumped and really excited to get this out to the communities.
And what counties can you go to?
We actually service all the counties in Northeast Indiana. So basically, Steuben County, LaGrange County, Kosciuszko County, LaGrange, Noble, Whitley County, Huntington County, and obviously Allen County, and Wabash County. So about 9 counties.
Awesome, thank you.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate you having us.
Hi, I'm John Bowen, Chief Operating Officer here at Parkview Hospital, Rendalia. Our hospital has served area residents here at its current location since 1953. When we decided to invest $55 million into our facility, it was part of our commitment to provide the right care to every person at the right place at the right time. When we worked on the renovation plans, we knew it was important for guests to feel comfortable and welcome each and every time they visit our campus. This is why we put a large emphasis on renovating Entrance 1, also known as the main lobby. Here, you'll be greeted by large windows, letting in an abundance of natural sunlight. Our information desk, staffed by friendly, informative coworkers who can help with all your wayfinding needs. As guests wait in our comfortable seating areas, we encourage them to take in all the beautiful local artwork. Our new and upgraded facilities allow us to continue to be a full-service healthcare center of excellence for new and existing residents. We at Parkview are dedicated to providing exceptional healthcare services with kindness and concern every day.